To step outside and see what. Oh, it's a bit cloudy.
3D has
And as usual, Edinburgh looks a little bit cloudy, which is not ideal if we want to look at the stars. So what we can do is we can do act a little like Superman, and we can blow all these clouds away. So I'm going to count down from 3, and I need everyone to blow up towards the dome to see if we can blow the clouds away. So 3, 2, 1. Let's try it again. So 3, 2, 1. And fantastic, there we go. Beautiful clear sky, and it's not nighttime yet, which is usually the best time if you want to look at stars. However, there is at least one star that we can see right now. That's the sun. That is our own star. Now, our planetarium, we can also break the laws of physics a little bit. So let's supersize the sun. Woo! And you can see the sun, it's a bit freckly. All of these, you have these black spots. These are called sunspots, and these are magnetic areas in the sun. And the reason why they appear black is because they are not as hot as the rest of the surface of the sun. They're still pretty hot, just not as hot as the rest of it. Now let's place the sun back to its normal size. And before we go to the nighttime, there's something else that I want to show you, because this is something we cannot see with the naked eye. But right now, if we were able to see it, we actually have all the planets in the solar system right here. This is the location they are at right now. So let's see if you can name them all. They're a bit out of order. So this one over here with the beautiful rings. Saturn, yes. And now this one that kind of looks like a stress ball.
Neptune.
Neptune, yes. What about
Jupiter.
the big one?
Jupiter.
Jupiter. And here, this is a bit tricky.
The moon.
Oh, it does look like a moon. It does look like the moon. It's the planet that is closest to the sun.
Mercury.
Mercury, yes. And over here we have
Uranus.
Uranus, yes. And this one? Venus, yes, the hottest planet in the solar system. And if we go to
Mars.
your left, we have
Mars.
Mars, yes, the red planet. Now let's speed time up just a little bit, and we're gonna go a little bit towards sunrise. Now I want you to keep Venus, because can go a little bit faster. Ooh. And just so sun is setting on your right to the west, and as soon as the sun sets, now I'm going to place the planets to their correct sizes, and I want you to keep an eye on Venus to your right. There we go. So if you look over there on the west to your right, that is not a star, that is the planet Venus, and we can actually see it later today. And if you look at the sky, and if you want to tell whether it's a planet or a star, you just have to remember the lyrics of the song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Stars will twinkle and planets will not. However, if it's something that appears to be moving relatively fast, bright city, but if we managed to convince everyone to turn off their lights, turn off their mobile phones, this is what we would be able to see. And now there's something right over there to your right. It's about the size of a tennis court, and it looks like a spaceship. Yeah, it's up in space. It's actually about 4 times further away than the moon, and it's just taking pictures in space. And this big mirror here, it's about the size of a tennis court, and it's really important, because the bigger the mirror, that means the more light we can catch. And the stars right in front of us, that is a star. You can also see galaxies if you look right above you and a bit to the right over here. That is called gravitational lensing. That is the light from farther away galaxies, but the galaxies between us and them, they bend the light before it
Try to
reaches,
find the
so
biggest
it does kind of like a magnifying glass. I'm going to show you another one that is actually my favorite. And this is a nebula, and this is actually where stars are being born. And it's about 7,000 light years away from us. And you can also see right in front of us these red dots, these, and to your left as well, these are actually stars being formed. Now, let's go a little bit closer to home though, because this is 7,000 light years away. Planet in our solar system, right above us. Can anyone name that planet?
Uranus.
We've seen it earlier in the show. Ooh.
Neptune.
It's one of the two farthest away.
Yeah, is that correct?
Uranus, yes. So, something quite fascinating about Uranus and about all the gas giants is they actually have rings, but they are so faint that the only ones we can usually see is the ones from Saturn. And now, speaking of planets with rings, another planet that I want to show you is Jupiter. And Jupiter, usually this is the view that we have of planet Jupiter. There we go. And that is the great red spot, and it's a storm that has been raging for hundreds of years, and it's so big that you could fit planet Earth twice inside that storm. So this is how we usually see Jupiter, but when the James Webb took a picture of Jupiter because of infrared, this is what it sent us.
Planet Red Earth.
And it's quite a different view. You can see something. And at the bottom, at the top, that are Jupiter's auroras. And once again, you can also see the rings. Like I said, it also has rings, but they're usually very faint. And turns out we've been taking pictures of Jupiter for a really, really long time. And I'm going to show you some of the pictures, not from the James Webb, but let's have a little look. So the first pictures we have of Jupiter were from, there you go, still a little bit scratchy. And these over here, they were taken by the Voyager missions. And one particular one of note is to your right, that is a photo of Ganymede, which is Jupiter's largest moon, and that is the ice surface of that moon. And we're going to talk just a little bit about Ganymede in just a minute. And over here, you can see these black spots. These are actually impact from a meteor on Jupiter. And over here we can see the moment that it impacted. And these over here, these are amazing. These were taken by a more recent mission called Juno. And it looks like a lava lamp in a way, doesn't it? So Jupiter is the lava lamp of our solar system. And you can also see to the left, there's this black hole. That is not a black hole. That is actually the shadow cast by Ganymede. Ganymede is not only Jupiter's largest moon, it's also the largest moon in our solar system. That is short for the Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer. And we're going to see just a little bit of the mission. So it's going to be hopefully sent today. It'll take about 8 years to reach Jupiter. It's going to do flybys of the planet for a couple of years and of the moons, and eventually it will enter orbit around Ganymede. So we don't have 8 years to wait, so let's just speed things up just a little bit, and here we go. Whoa!
Why do you feel like we're
So
moving?
that's over there, and we can also see Ganymede is so large that it also has its own aurora. And JUICE is going to enter the orbit of Ganymede, and it's going to actually be the first probe that was sent that would stay in an orbit around the moon. We've sent probes doing flybys where they fly around and take photos, but to enter the
I
orbit,
know
this is
the
going to be the
order
first
thing,
one.
but why
Ganymede is
that?
really exciting, not
They didn't take
so much
pictures
because
of
of the
it.
surface, but because of what we might find inside it. So if anyone has played Fruit Ninja, we're going to cut the moon in half. And over here, you can see this is inside. It has a hot iron core and mantle as well. And what's really exciting is you have the crust that's a thin layer of ice, and right below it, Ganymede might just have an underground ocean, an underground ocean. And using Earth as an example, what we know about oceans is that they are suited for life, so there might just be the conditions for life on Ganymede. So that is Ganymede. However, we have our own moon closer to home, and it's called the Moon. And well, I'd like to end the show on a video made by the astronomer James from the planetarium team. He put together the images from the launch of the Artemis 1 test. With no human passengers on board, Artemis 2 is scheduled to launch in November 2024, and the 4 astronauts that are going to do it have already been selected. This test flight, everything went according to plan, so it was a massive, massive success. If anyone is worried about Sean the Sheep, don't worry, they made it back safely. And feel free to sing along if you'd like to as well.
What is this bird?
Tonight.